one strategy you need to finally create the future you desire. And that is that you need to stop recreating the past by believing what happened before will happen again. Said another way, stop living in the past. That's it, plain and simple. Maybe not easy, but plain and simple. Whatever you believe, you create. The problem lies in the fact that you believe things based on your past experiences. So you keep recreating the past. For example, you might believe you're bad at writing because some middle school teacher flunked you for an essay you wrote and said you were a bad writer. So you continue to perpetuate this belief all these years later. Keep saying, I'm a bad writer. My teacher told me I was a bad writer, so I must be a bad writer. And so the result of continuing to believe you're a bad writer is that you don't write, you don't share your writing when you do write, and you have identified as a bad writer. Not only that, you churn out bad writing if you do write, or you create situations where you're told your writing is not up to par. In fact, your writing might have improved, or your teacher could have been wrong. And you can choose to learn how to be a better writer and believe you're a good writer now in the present. And when you believe you're a good writer, or even have the possibility of becoming a good writer, you're going to write and you're going to share your writing and you're going to become a good writer, even if you weren't one before. And good writer becomes your identity. And then you create good writing and you are a good writer. And you create this new desired reality, your desired future of being a good writer, because you chose to focus on a new belief instead of living from an old one. And you can apply this example to anything, like that your belief that you aren't good at money because you went bankrupt, or you aren't good at relationships because you got divorced, or you can't hold down a job because you've been fired several times. And if you continue believing these things about yourself, which are all based on past experiences, you're going to continue creating more reasons to believe them, to believe that it's true. But change your beliefs and live in the present, and everything starts to change. So this past year, I realized I had to stop living from a belief that no one pays what I'm asking for my programs and services. I believed that every one of my launches would be a failure because in the past, I hadn't managed to enroll very many people in, to purchase my programs or my services. So as long as I believed that, I recreated the same scenario. And despite my affirmations and attempts to convince myself that I could get a different result from my marketing efforts, I just got the same old results and a lot of disappointment. In fact, I was expecting those negative results and to feel disappointed. I was living out my past experience as I marketed my products, programs, and services in the present. No wonder I created the same results and the same emotions. The only way for me to create my desired future was to stop living in the past. I had to see myself differently as a successful marketer. And I had to have the beliefs and habits of a successful marketer. So how did I do that? I decided to be a person who could create the future I desired. And that meant changing my beliefs as well as my habits, especially my habitual way of feeling and acting and thinking. Your habits also recreate your past, but habits are not only behaviors, they're also, it's not just behaviors like making coffee in the morning, when you wake up every morning. You have habitual ways of behaving for sure, but you also have habitual ways of thinking and feeling. So for me, it was my habit of thinking my launch would go poorly and that I would feel disappointed in the end that was affecting what I was creating. I prepared myself to be disappointed the entire time I worked on the launch, and I habitually felt resentful while doing the tasks that were required. So it's no wonder I recreated failed launches all the time. Failed launch after failed launch after failed launch. But keep in mind that the thoughts you think often become your beliefs, and these thoughts wire your brain in such a way that you habitually think the thoughts, believe the beliefs, and feel the emotions that go with them. as I kind of alluded to, your identity also recreates your past. Whoever you believe you are, that's who you will be. And that person has habitual beliefs, emotions, and behaviors. However, your identity and the beliefs, emotions, and behaviors that go with that identity are likely based on the past. You become, you became the person who isn't good with money or relationships, or can't hold down a job because of your past experiences. You aren't a good writer because of what someone said programmed you to believe that you're a bad writer, that that's your identity. So to create the future you desire, you have to be a person who can experience that future. Right now, in the present, decide to be that person. Then your beliefs, your emotions, your behaviors are going to align with that new identity. And from that place, from being a person who can create the future you desire, you're going to begin taking the actions to make that your reality. But you have to leave the past in the past. You probably realize by now that it's important to leave the past in the past. Anyway, the past doesn't even exist anymore. It's just in your head, right? It's just thoughts, memories. So why would you want to continue being someone from your past when the past is gone? Anyway, you're a new person now, or you can be. So be someone right now whose beliefs support the creation of your desired future. Before you know it, you'll be living that future in the present. So I'd love to know, can you see how your beliefs prevent you from creating your desired future? Can you see how your beliefs recreate the past? And how having new beliefs and being a person who has those beliefs is going to change everything for you. Let me know in a comment down below. If this is your first time seeing one of my videos, I am Nina Amir, the Inspiration to Creation Coach. I am an intuitive transformational coach and a certified high performance coach, as well as an author coach. And I am an author and a blogger and a writer. And what I love doing is helping people get from where they are to where they want to go by getting out of their own way, specifically by choosing to be someone who can take the actions that help them create what matters to them most. So this is all about your personal and your spiritual growth. And I believe that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and we need to address both personal growth and spiritual growth in order to achieve our potential and fulfill our purpose. And we need to learn how to access the spiritual part of ourselves, to acknowledge it and access it so that we can follow our spiritual guidance and take inspired action that gets us inspired results, which is a life that feeds your soul. So if any of that's of interest to you, click on the link above to see how you can work with me. There are 3 ways to work with me. And one of them is my Inspired Creator community. The doors to that have just closed. And so you can get on the waiting list. Also, you can work with me one-on-one as a transformational coach or as a high performance coach, or if you're an author, as an author coach. So click on the link above. Author coaching is not there, but the other ways to work with me are, you can always reach out to me if you're interested in something else or you have questions. As a matter of fact, I will also put a link up above for a 15-minute free chat. So let's talk. Let's talk about what your goals are and whether or not we're a good fit to work together and what type of coaching would be best for you. So that link is above too. And until I talk to you next time, go out there and achieve more inspired results by changing your beliefs. That's how you'll create your desired future.